Most of the time, when we think through if our children are doing well in school, ang iniisip natin ay tests and quizzes, right? That's how we usually know. But when we homeschool, iba siya. We can actually assess whether our children are learning and progressing in their knowledge and understanding of concepts by doing many forms of assessments. And this is what we're going to do today as we teach with Joy. When we think about our children's progress and whether they're really learning, we shouldn't just think about whether they know content or information. Because it's not just about what they know. It's whether kaya nilang to take what they know, what they've learned, and do something useful and meaningful with it. For example, when my kids were learning about math, when they were learning about science, it's okay if they have all that knowledge, but could they do something like a business to show what they really learned? So ang nangyari is my son here, Eden, he became interested in slime. And Elijah also helped him to do the business. So together, they put their skills together. Elijah edited the videos for the business, and Eden would sell the slime. He came up with the formula for the slime, right? And that was like the science. And then they had to apply their math because they had to do the business side, right? What did you do?
We would do finance, we would do accounting, we'd put together our numbers in a spreadsheet, so that was the math part of it. And then we'd have to do science also, because for slime you need to know about the chemistry, how it mixes together, and how...
Not to make it toxic.
Yeah, how you can make it safe for kids, all that stuff.
So that's one example, right? You can give them real-world experiences, because someday, yan din ang gagawin nila, right? They're going to go out into the corporate world, or maybe they're going to do a business, or they're going to be a professional. So they have to be able to take what they know and apply it in real life. Here's an example of how to make an assessment fun. Elijah, spell animosity.
A-N-I-M-O-S-I-T-Y.
Use that in a sentence, animosity.
I had animosity toward my friend for hurting my feelings the other week.
Eden, can you spell transfixed?
T-R-A-N-S-F-I-X-E.
Can you use it in a sentence?
His eyes were transfixed on the iPad after using it for too long.
Because you're homeschooling, you can really aim for mastery. This is one of the advantages of homeschooling. For example, if your children don't seem to know it yet, parang hindi nila talagang naintindihan, then retest. Why not? You can keep retesting and restudying until they really get it right. It's very important to find out if your kids have learning gaps. Ano ba yung learning gaps? For example, you're trying to explain a math concept, pero parang they can't really get it because it's possible that the previous concept wasn't something they really understood yet. So it's okay to backtrack. Go back first in the lessons and review those concepts so that as they learn the newer ones, they will have confidence and kaya nilang isolve yung mga problems when it comes to math. You can also diagnose where your children are at when you start your year. For example, pwede niyong kunin yung first quarter test, let's say in mathematics or maybe in language arts. Tapos, let them take it and see which areas alam na nila and which areas they don't know. Because if alam na nila, then you don't have to spend too much time during the quarter learning that topic because they already know it. So you can save lots of time. Here's another idea when it comes to math. If your child has on their page, they're gonna do like a worksheet and then kunyari, there's like 40 addition problems on that sheet. Sometimes I'll say to my kids, you know what anak, gawin mo lang yung 20. And kung kaya mo gawin lahat na wala kang mistake, or maybe you get at least 95% of it correct, then I know alam mo na. So I'm not gonna make you take the next 20. There are also many different ways that you can assess your children in creative ways. This is just an example because right now my boys, nagde-design sila ng isang game. So this game is going to be like a strategy game. And Eden, can you tell us what it's about?
So we are making a game basically about plant life cycles and how they work and grow.
Okay, and then what's your part in the game design?
The one who makes the rules, the mechanics. This is the mind map of how it works, all that stuff.
So you're gonna be applying here your science and math, right? Problem solving skills, critical thinking, and language arts, because you have to come up with the instructions and you also have to present it. And they collect all these pieces so that they can make a lot of different games as we go along in our learning. So game making is a wonderful way to integrate so many different subject areas that the kids are learning. And then they come up with a product that they can test on their siblings or me and your dad. Another way that you can show what your child has learned, how much they've learned, what their progress is to keep a portfolio. So ito yung portfolio ni Catalina. This was for her second semester of grade 1. Tapos na siya. She already presented it to our academic advisor because we belong to a homeschool program called Homeschool Global. And the advisors meet with the students to check their work. So it just contains highlights of their work. And for example, this is something she did for Bible, right? You did this for Bible. And there's quizzes in here also, yung mga tests, the things that they did. The nice thing about a portfolio is, for example, when you're checking their handwriting, makikita mo, sa beginning ng year, okay, for grade 1, medyo pangit pa, right? But as she progressed in the year, gumaling siya. She got better at coloring, she got better at writing. So it's always nice to have something like this because you really see yung progress ng anak mo from the beginning of the year to the end. And not just that, as you homeschool, if you homeschool for longer than 1 year, you have a collection of their work, which becomes like scrapbooks of memories of your homeschooling. I want to encourage you with a verse. In Galatians 6 verse 9, it says, "Do not lose heart in doing good, because in due time you will reap if you do not grow weary." For me as a mom, this really applies kasi minsan nakakapagod talaga mag-homeschool. And I'm sure as you homeschool, you may feel the same way. And even to think through, how am I going to assess my child? How will I know if they're really doing well? But do not lose heart. You know, you keep going, you keep doing your best. Apply what I just told you about how to assess, not just academically, but the total person when your child is growing, every aspect of them. And then you'll see that you are reaping the rewards of what you have sown. So I hope that you learned something today and that you will apply what we learned about assessments. And this is how we teach with joy.